There we go.
Woohoo!
Yay!
There we go.
Yay, Jeff.
Okay, so the movie this week was in the land of saints and sinners. It was directed by Robert Lorenz. It's a 2023 movie starring Liam Neeson and so it's got an all Irish cast. Jack Gleeson is in it. Kerry Condon is in it. Ciarán Hinds is in it as Vinny O'Shea, and Colm Meaney plays Robert in this. This was I know there was some discussion last week about when this took place, and I think the first time I saw this movie, I must have missed the opening scene because it says right in it, this is Belfast, 1974, and I wasn't aware of that. So this took place in almost the height of the troubles in Northern Ireland in the now 40 years ago. I'm not going to go through the details of the movie unless you want me to. This was regarded as kind of a pleasant change for Liam Neeson, who had done about 20 years worth of bang bang shoot 'em up revenge movies, and this one probably came out the best of that big body of work. Although at the same time, there were a lot of people that thought this could have been more developed. In fact, the Irish Times said it was a parade of wasted ideas and characters, because all of the folks in this cast were regarded as pretty good actors and actresses in their own right. So it was a decent movie. I picked it because I sort of like that time of that time in history, in Irish history, and it didn't perform that well at the box office. It earned 3.3 million worldwide, and I didn't find anywhere where the actual budget was for it was. I suspect it was in that same range. So maybe it broke even, maybe it didn't. It did okay on its opening weekend, 1.1 million, but that's what it got from there. So it was for Liam Neeson a better job at a genre that he kind of gets criticized for doing over and over again. And like I say, the cast was pretty strong, but some people thought that they were wasted a bit because the ideas weren't that developed behind it. So that was my pick. I hope people found it at least enjoyable. I didn't believe it to be a hidden blockbuster or anything, but I found it an interesting film for 2 hours and 15 minutes.
I liked it. I liked the movie a lot. It was interesting. They called it a Western, and I guess, it's filmed in Donegal, which is northwestern Ireland. But, once I started thinking about it, it sort of did have that kind of that Old West feeling as far as the characters went.
I thought she was back until Thursday. I have a calendar that she's not back until Thursday.
Oh, I'm hearing somebody else talk.
That's Jeff's background.
Cindy. Sorry, I'm muted.
Oh, okay. That's all right. But like I said, it was filmed in Ireland. It was beautiful. The cinematography was, worth, even if you didn't enjoy the story. I did, but I'm kind of interested in that part of the world anyway. I spent a couple of summers in Ireland with study abroad, and it did get mixed reviews. There were, I think Roger Ebert liked it, if I remember. A couple of the reviews that I looked up, said, that yes, it was such a strong, they were great acting, really strong cast, but, there was there were a lot of opportunities that were missed. And I could kind of see that. But I still felt like it was a good movie. And there are a couple of things that you know, the way that they used that bullet, you know, was pretty. As you know, I like a good symbol that's put to use properly, and that one was. And then the reference to the Fomorians, you know, if you know what the Fomorians are, you know, they're kind of like monsters almost. And in the movie, there were people that didn't look like Fomorians, but they definitely were monsters. Doireann,
Oh my God.
you just wanted to hate her. And yet, you know, she was, you know, there was some complexity to that character, and I feel like the actress did a really good job with what she was given. And then, you know, the Jack Gleeson that played Kevin, you know, the younger hitman, I felt like he could have been used, and also the Garda, Vincent, they could have fleshed those characters out maybe a little bit more, but otherwise, I mean, I didn't have a big, you know, it didn't take didn't take away a lot for me. I still felt like it was a movie that I was glad I got to see. I had remembered once they said, you know, Donegal, the forgotten county, you know, how that part of Northern Ireland is really kind of poor, and you know, they're just underappreciated, underfunded, that kind of thing. But yet, you know, really ruggedly beautiful. Anyway, I liked it. I'm glad you recommended it, Mike.
Where did he go?
Where did he go?
Oh,
Hey,
no, he's
Mike.
gone. You're right.
He's gone. Oh my.
Lost him.
Disappeared.
I guess I went on
Dropped
too
his
long.
movie.
Sorry, guys. Ugh. I try not to do that.
There he is. He's coming back.
Oh, he's coming back good. Hello.
I can't see. There he is.
There he is.
There
I
you are.
lost you.
All right, start over, Karen. No.
I won't start over, but the last part that I was saying, I really did like it. I don't have a lot of, you know, nothing about it made me say, oh, this is, you know, this is not a good movie. I'm glad you recommended it. I enjoyed it.
Thank you.
I have to agree. I really liked it, Mike. Of course, you know, Karen, you with Walsh as your name, and Mahoney, and me as Doyle. You know, it does have that. When you go back, and I just love the scenery. When they say 40 shades of green, it's so true in Ireland that there are 40 shades of green within in a short amount of space.
Unless you're up in the Burren, and then it's
Well,
mostly-
yeah, yeah. But in many places, it's those 40 shades of green, and it is beautiful, beautiful country. I loved her. I loved I forget the actress, but the one that played the IRA woman. Her, you really felt how strong she felt about making Ireland free. And I did the same thing, Karen. I looked up Donegal as the forgotten. And one of the reasons, another reason why it's considered forgotten is that it was actually part of Northern Ireland, but they didn't put it in the 1921 treaty. And so it was part of Ulster, and then they didn't put it in there. So literally it's kind of forgotten, because it was supposed to be in Northern Ireland. Now it's in the Republic of Ireland, and it, again, like you said, it's gotten funding, and people forget about it, but it is beautiful. Liam, you know, I really like him as an actor, but again, I just had, you know, they keep on giving him those kind of roles, you know, assassin or CIA agent, or cop that's, you know, rogue cop, or, you know, one of those. I don't know why. I mean, I think he could do so much more, and they don't give it to him, other than the one by Spielberg.
Schindler's List.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Other than that, I mean, where he was phenomenal, but all these roles, the Taken series, I felt like it was the same thing. I have a certain set of skills.
I read somewhere where somebody has said, does Liam Neeson really read the whole script before he says yes to it?
Yes. Well, again, I'm sure he has to make money like everyone. It's like, I can do this, and he can phone it in. Basically, he's done it so many times. But I did think he's always good. Bottom line, he really is always good. It could have been fleshed out a little bit more in a number of areas, but all in all, I really enjoyed it. And I was glad Mike, we're supposed to have a family reunion in Ireland in September. Whether it comes to fruition or not, I don't know yet. But just getting, it just gave me, oh yeah, that's going to be fun going back and seeing. And I love the way they talk. I love the brogues. I love the sayings. I had to look up a few of them. I can't remember now, but I mean, some of them I was just laughing out loud because they've got such a great sense of humor. So thank you, Mike. It was great.
Yeah, I mean, you keep saying they gave him these roles. They gave him his roles. Well, actually, he takes the roles. I mean,
Yeah.
he's the one that.
And I'm sure he has to be
decides on it.
offered. He's always offered those roles.
True. True.
That's it, and that's the thing.
You think
Yeah.
these famous actors have to actually audition, or do they just?
Not anymore. Once they're pretty well known, they don't have to audition.
I think it depends on the director too.
Yeah. Some directors wouldn't want, but most, if they've known their work, they know their work. So anyway, liked it.
Well, I thought it was interesting at the beginning. They mentioned the town of Carrickfergus. I'm not sure I'm saying that right, but
Yeah.
that was one of the places we stayed when we went to Northern Ireland and Ireland back, I don't know, it was about 7 years ago. And we stayed at a bed and breakfast kind of place, or a VRBO, I guess, there. And so I recognized that. But I enjoyed it a lot. I'm never afraid to show my ignorance, but I've heard of the IRA, and I've heard that all this fighting was taking place, but I'm not sure I ever completely understood what it was about. Was it Ireland as a whole trying to get independent from England, or was Northern Ireland trying to get independent from the rest of Ireland? Or is there religious stuff going on?
Well,
Somebody tell me what's going on there.
It's religious, and then it's not. It's in Northern Ireland, in Ulster, the 6 counties of the north that are still part of the United Kingdom. The problem in the 20th century was that the Catholic minority didn't have a right to the same sort of political rights that the Protestant majority did have. And so it started off as in the late 1960s as a model off of the civil rights movement in the United States, the current troubles from 1974. And then there obviously was a religious component to it because it was Protestants on one side and Catholics on the other. But the bottom line on it has always been an economic fight about getting the Catholic minority their economic rights in Britain or in Ulster. And lately the whole question of what the United Kingdom is going to do with Brexit is complicating matters to a great degree as well. And there are some folks, and I might be among them, I guess, that I don't think that the Ulster government is going to make it another 20 years. I think I think by the middle of the 21st century, the Irish Republic will control the entire island, and the Ulster government won't be in existence anymore. So
from your mouth to God's ear.
Yeah, really.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
And
You
I
think
think
that's
I think
like-
Scotland could be. I mean, I know this is, but I think Scotland could go as well.
I think
There's a
Scotland,
lot of-
I think Scotland will go before Ulster does.
Probably. Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then
I
kind of
think
back to
that'll
what
be-
Jeff Arthur was asking about, as far as you hear a lot about, oh, the IRA and their bombings and all the death and destruction, and that's not that that's untrue, but you don't really hear about what the Ulsters did.
That's right, what the English
1974 in Dublin, that when when there was bombings that were
Yeah.
the Protestants bombing, the Republic. So it's, and then the parades. Oh my God, up in Belfast, and parading through the Catholic
Right.
neighborhoods, to show their dominance, and it's just like
Strength. Yeah.
you and the horse you rode in on.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well
Yeah.
said.
But
Thanks.
anyway, but before I start singing nation once again, I'll get down off my soapbox. Yeah.
Well, you guys have all been to Irish pubs, of course, in Ireland. The guys that, okay. So I was in an Irish pub, and if you're Irish, probably you know all the songs, Whiskey in a Jar, all the Irish pub songs. Walked into a pub, did not recognize one of the songs, and I didn't realize it until later that, oh, I was in a unionist pub. I wasn't in a, and I didn't even realize it. Pub is a pub, but so that was kind of interesting. It's like, I don't know that. I don't know this song. I don't know that. And I know a lot of them. So that was
Didn't
kind
you
of
run into some famous person in a pub in Ireland or
yeah,
something?
yeah. It was Bono. Well, I mean, I ran into him. He was having lunch at Finnegan's, where I was having lunch, but no, I didn't, and nobody cares.
counts.
Nobody, yeah, nobody thinks anything. It's just Maeve Binchy was another one. She was there. She's gone now, but at that time, it was,
I can't hear Maeve Binchy without thinking about Dairy Girls.
yeah.
And their uncle, the one they call when they get picked up, which Liam Neeson is the cop that picks them up after the school has been, all the computers have been stolen from the school.
Yeah, it's a wonderful place.
But yeah, if you Jeff, if you want to get a sense of what it was like, there's a TV show called Dairy Girls you should watch. Yeah,
Is that with
they're
with E?
Catholics living in Derry, which is London Derry to
London Derry,
Ulsters,
yeah.
but to the non-Ulsters, it's just Derry.
Yeah,
Yeah, Dairy Girls.
yeah, that's a good one.
I mean, dairy, not dairy, right?
Derry, yeah,
D-E-R-R-Y,
not
I figured that
not
out.
ice cream, butter, and cheese.
I've never been to Ireland, but all of the photos, like the one behind me and such, the landscape is just, it's so stunning. It's so beautiful. And the landscape, I think, it played a part in this film as well. And then I was taken aback by the fact whenever he killed someone, then he had them dig their own grave. And here's this area where all these new little trees are growing.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, no, you didn't do that.
You did.
Yeah,
I enjoyed it. You could kind of tell from the beginning what the end was going to be. You just don't know how it's going to get there. It's like I think Karen said, it's an Irish Western, but that's okay. It was good. I enjoyed the story. It's a little brash in some places, but that's all right. I think that shows the honesty of what really goes on, perhaps in some of those areas, or it did go on at that time. And on behalf of Mike Matson, he wanted me to tell you, Mahoney, that he liked it.
Oh,
oh, good.
That's
Do you
all.
think he went to California at the end, or did he just go somewhere else?
I'll bet you he stayed in Ireland.
Yeah, I would
Um,
think so. He just went to some place where they didn't know him,
Yeah.
where he could start over.
Mhm.
Yeah, that or else he went over to England. I don't know that he he went to California. And the other thing to remember is the Doireann and her group, they were IRA. And Neeson's character on this Finbar was simply an Irish gangster. He was
Just an assassin. He didn't care who he killed.
He wasn't involved in politics.
So the IRA is the Catholic minority you're talking about.
The IRA is the military wing of the Sinn Féin movement, which is the Republican movement in Ireland.
Yeah. What's the Wind That Blows the Barley is another good film that you might want to watch if you're interested in learning more about that. And then Dancing at and I'll butcher the name, but Dancing at Lugnasa. It's got Meryl Streep is in it. I can't remember who else, but that's another really, really good capturing.
What's it called again?
Dancing at, and it's Lughnas. I mean, I love the Irish, but they have way too many consonants.
No kidding.
Right. But dancing if you would just
Lughh will get me.
Yeah, Lugnasa. And that's a place. Yeah. And it's has got to be at least 15, maybe even 20 years old. Wow. It's an older movie, but it's worth watching if you're interested in Irish history.
Yeah.
It's one of the
came across. I'm sorry.
No, I was gonna say one of the ones I used in my class when I taught the psychology of Irish identity, which was a class I made up to take. You have to make them up. They don't exist. I want to take students there. So, all right, the psychology of, and all right, Irish identity. But the movies work really well. Then people understand. And I'm like, Jeff, well, so what is this? What's the IRA? I'm like, okay, watch this.
Good on you, Walsh. Good on you.
Thank you, Mahoney.
Very good.
Started.
I mean, well, I'm, as my one friend likes to say, I'm only Irish by injection. Bob was Irish. I'm half German, half English, but anyway, he was a big influence on my attitude. And you should have seen him when he got to Ireland in 2012 when he came over. Oh my God, it was like a kid in a candy store. He was there for like 10 days and he hardly slept. We went everywhere. We did everything. Yeah. So.
Wow.
Jeff has been trying to say something for the last 10 minutes.
I know.
Yes.
I came across a movie called Michael Collins, which is also a Liam Neeson movie.
That's
and
very
it has
good.
a lot to do with this part of the of their history. So I didn't get through it because it came on after the other and it was late. But that looks like that could be explanatory of the situation somewhat as well. I have to put on my Whitaker-esque hat and say that this Neeson's character followed a trajectory in this, and he really came to a realization where he was not going to do this anymore. But then circumstances arose that compelled him to still be violent, and it was killing him to do that. No pun intended, but it was a hard place that he was in, and he couldn't get out of it. He had sort of, in a way, dug his own grave. But then he escaped when so many other people didn't. And I think that I also came away from this with a feeling of the harshness, the extreme beauty of the Irish landscape, but also the harshness of the coast and the harshness of the people. That they just did what they had to do. They, killing these people was not hard for him. It was a job, and I know not everybody is like that, but it seemed like he kind of fit into the kind of the tough atmosphere. If somebody was killed, it was kind of like, like the one, was it Colm Meaney's character that got killed, and his wife or mother, whoever was in there, just kind of was like, okay,
He was a
I'll
good
call the
person.
sheriff. I guess that's what's going to happen here.
Yeah.
Well, and there was this it was very small, and I think might be easy to skip. But when he and Vincent, the Garda, have the conversation about having been in World War II, because they're older, obviously, so
Yeah.
they had been soldiers, in their 20s, and how that had
Affected them.
Liam Neeson's character had sort of made him able to kill, sort of without a lot of emotion,
Right.
because he'd been a soldier.
Plus, he was angry because when he came home from the war, his wife was dead.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So he was just, you had all this anger pent up, and he found a way to release it, killing people.
Right. Yeah.
Mhm.
Assassins.
Exactly.
So what do you think the significance of the War and Peace book was?
Yeah. Yeah. Talking about Purifoy.
Or Crime and Punishment, you mean?
Yeah.
Crime and Punishment.
Was that what it was? I thought it was War and Peace.
No,
Oh.
no,
No,
Crime
he
and Punishment.
handed that off to the
Yeah, in
Garda.
your version, but
Well, I wonder because
Yeah,
the
Dostoevsky's,
version I watched was only an hour and 40 some minutes. It wasn't 2 hours. Is there more than one version out there?
That I know of.
All right.
Hmm.
So it was Crime and Punishment. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Neeson's commentary about what the book was about was kind of telling there. He was
Yeah.
talking about the policeman who was undaunted by anything. He was
Right.
would do
Just to
whatever
get,
he had to do.
yeah. Mhm. Also, I like the way the Garda would say, Agatha Christie is more my cup of tea. Like, yeah, well, try kind of Crime and Punishment. Everything about it, there were just nice little touches in there that you really got to know Liam's character.
Well, yeah, but back to Jeff's point there, Finbar's character is about the only one that moves along an arc.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know.
The IRA people standing true. Jack Gleeson's character stands where he's at. Yeah, it's only Finbar.
Yeah. The neighbor Rita, nothing. I mean, she gets punched in the head by Doireann, but
Yeah.
but then she just reappears at the end. It's like
nosy neighbor. Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
not much happens with her or
No.
with the what was it? Sinead that lives in the caravan with her daughter.
she was the bartender too, wasn't
The bartender,
right.
right. Yeah.
Right. And she was the sister-in-law of the
Right. Her
IRA
brother
girl,
married,
Mhm.
Doireann, and then he died.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now the
Well, the
cat did
Garda
move
guy-
from one place to another.
Yeah.
The Garda guy did get the sign replaced, so he made some progress.
He did. Does anyone know how to say the name of that town?
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, no idea.
Again, too many consonants.
Yeah. But they said it was a good place to hide because
Yeah.
no one can say where they are.
Right.
That was good.
So I would say good pick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
great.
good pick. Good pick. Right.
Yeah, we enjoyed it. So
Um,
good change from some of the things that we have been watching, and that it had a really nice story to it. Well, not really nice, but it had a beginning and a middle and an end. And I'll shut up. So
No dancing.
on behalf of Mike Matson, he asked me to announce his pick for next week. And he said he will be here to present. He just found out last minute there's a grandson's birthday party tonight he had to go to.
Ooh.
So his pick is a documentary called 3 Identical Strangers.
Oh, yeah.
3 Identical Strangers. It's free on Tubi with ads, of course, and then Canopy and Hoopla. He wasn't sure if it's on any of the biggies or not, you know, Amazon and what have you, Prime, whatever they are.
Triplets that were separated at birth, is that the?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think I saw that one, but a while ago.
I think there's 2 actually, and I don't know.
Okay.
One is 3 Identical Strangers, and one's a documentary and one's a film based on it. So if he's doing the documentary, just make sure you get the documentary.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what he said. If we need him to clarify it, we can have him send out an email to us
Okay.
Yeah.
then tomorrow or so. But yeah,
Pretty amazing story.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Chris, where is it at? What?
Tubi and Canopy, and he thinks Hoopla, but he's not sure. And then he's not sure at all about any of the biggies. Peacock, Amazon, Paramount, whatever they are.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so I looked up Dancing at Lugnasa. It's Lugnasa, and it's even older than I thought. It's from '98.
Okay.
And it's got Meryl Streep and Michael Gabon, and
Wow.
but not a lot of other big name actors in it. Five unmarried sisters make the most of their simple existence in rural Ireland in the 1930s. So it's really, I really, like I said, I used it. I really liked it. My students liked it too. So,
Good.
so that's one of my recommendations. I do have another Are we at that point where we're done talking about? Okay. I do have another recommendation. It's a documentary. It's available on Netflix. It is Norwegian with subtitles. It's called The Remarkable Life of Ibelin, Ibelin. And he has passed. He was a young man who had muscular dystrophy. He was very involved in the gaming world, the world of Warcraft being his game of choice. He created an avatar for himself. And if you know anything about muscular dystrophy, most and primarily, I shouldn't say exclusively male. And they lived to be in their late teens or early 20s, and that's about the lifespan expectancy. And he was 25 when he died. But he had created this avatar for himself in World of Warcraft. He was an avid gamer, something he could do from his wheelchair, and as he got weaker and weaker. And it was premiered last year, 2024, in Sundance. I think it's very good. It's really touching. I cried big old crocodile tears. It's a documentary, and the remarkable life of Ibelin. But it is Norwegian with subtitles, in case you're not. Some people don't like that, but anyway, that's my recommendation. In addition to the Dancing at Lugnasa.
What did I see?
I found 3 Identical Strangers. It looks like it's on Prime as well.
Is it?
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Good. Yeah.
Spell Lugnasan again.
Lugnasa. Lugnasa.
Lugnasa. Okay.
Dancing at Lugnasa.
Okay.
I will warn you, it is not a happily ever after ending.
Mm.
Okay. But 1930s Ireland,
I'm a big girl.
a lot of happily ever after. Especially in rural Ireland.
Right.
So
The only thing I saw was the Chiefs game. What?
oh, and all the complainers. Oh, the refs won the game for them. And you're just like, oh, you were such a loser.
I read an interesting comment today from someone that I guess is in the know. I don't know who they are. They said, if you think about it, if Washington and the Bills were going to the Super Bowl, nobody'd watch it. But because it's the Chiefs and because it's the Eagles and there's such a there,
Oh, yeah.
it's a big deal. And oh, yeah, we'll make a lot of money. So
Yeah, the Eagles, Silver Linings Playbook. The Eagles were the team.
Yeah.
Pat Senior and Pat Junior and his brother.
he was
And-
there.
and-
They showed
Right.
Bradley Cooper.
Yeah, well, he was, Bradley Cooper was born in Philadelphia.
Yeah. So he was at the game.
He's a
They showed
Pennsylvanian,
his
yeah.
daughter and all that. That was pretty cool to see.
Well, if there's no other recommendations, I want to bring something else to the table. This is, and I apologize to Donna and Jeff with a G. This won't really, you guys, but anyway, Chris and I are planning to go to the My Fest in Herman, Missouri this year. It's the third weekend in May, 16th, 17th, 18th. If anyone else is interested, speak to your significant other before you, commit, but you're welcome. We would love for you to join us. I am going to get an Airbnb. I've already checked it out. There's like one that has like 6 bedrooms. There's some that have fewer. So depending on how many people want to go, but it's the 16th is Friday. 17th is the big day, is Saturday. So there's a parade, and of course the wineries, but there's also a beer garden, and an outdoor market, of course, and lots of oompa and duck dances and all that kind. If you're German, like my dad and I went to Strassenfest every year in St. Louis and did the duck dance and drank a lot of beer and ate strudel. But if you're interested in going, let me know within the next 2 to 3 weeks, and I'm going to make a reservation with whatever size Airbnb we need. But I thought, at least for the Missourians, it's Kansas City, Springfield. If you'd like to join us, we would love to have you join us. But Chris and I are going.
What is it called?
My Fest. It's it's a
Fest.
Herman, Missouri. It's a very German
Right.
part of Missouri, and
I've been to the winery. It's wonderful.
there's several. I mean, there's a lot of
several.
Yeah, there's
okay,
several, and
right.
there's Stonehill being the oldest one, which is probably what you might be remembering, because it's kind of built into the, it's Stonehill, and it's the where all the casks are is built into the hills there out in Herman. It's a beautiful part of Missouri.
They have a trolley. You can get on it, drop.
Oh yeah, right. So you
wineries too.
Oh yeah.
No one's
Don't want to be
you
driving.
don't have to drive.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But and
That's
the most of the
wonderful.
Airbnbs are right there in town, so it's like we can stagger in and stagger out as much as we care to. But since Gary wasn't here and Mike wasn't here, I'll send them,
And Bill, reach out to
Oh,
them.
and Bill, yeah, okay, yeah. So
Bill.
I'll send them and let them know. But like I said,
Yeah.
it's May 16th, 17th, 18th. Donna and Jeff, you're welcome to fly in. We'll drive you if you fly into Kansas City or fly into St. Louis. It's not as, I don't know if it's a big enough deal that you would want to do that, but you are absolutely welcome. But for the Missourians, it's an easy drive because
Yeah.
it's pretty much mid-Missouri. It's about 2.5 hours from Kansas City, about 2 hours from Springfield, about an hour and a half from St. Louis. Yeah.
This is in July, is that what you said?
No, May.
May.
My
That's
Fest.
the term. Yeah.
Mine,
Yeah.
May.
So Jeff talked to Cindy, Mike
I will,
talked to
yeah.
Linda. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be fun. And we
We
could
need
be under the Deerbergs umbrella. Since they own most of the place.
I know.
The one thing I'll say about Herman is the phone service is terrible out there.
Yeah.
So
Really?
that's yeah.
But it's really fun. For years and
It's
years and years,
quaint.
my parents had property out there. They had about 45 acres just outside of Herman off of Highway 19. I'm still angry with my mother for selling it. But so we were out there Oktoberfest and My Fest, and we just
It's nice.
we had an old neighbor, Herb. He'd be like, "Oh, I don't go into Herman. I don't like all that city traffic." We're like, "Oh, really? Herb."
Four cars there.
Exactly. All that Herman traffic. But anyway,
Great
it's-
food there. too.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, wear your stretchy pants.
That's right.
Yeah. We'll be drinking and eating.
Mhm.
Oh,
Be fun.
yeah. So anyway, just let me know. I'll probably do this sometime in mid-February. So you got a couple, 3 weeks. Like I said, talk to your significant others for those of you that might want to come, and let me know.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
Else?
Well, here, I think I'm going to try to get out early and get a quick dinner here. If that's okay with everybody.
That's
Of
fine.
course.
It was good to see
Thanks
you,
for the-
Mike.
Yes,
Glad
Mike.
you went.
Good
Glad you
choice,
go.
Mike. Good choice.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Glad you're
All
on
right.
the mend.
I also enjoyed sharing your Republican leanings.
You can thank Bob for that.
Oh yeah, and I have. All right, I'll see you guys.
All right. Bye.
Okay, Mike.
Bye.
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 Goodbye. Goodbye, everyone.
Are we all going?
Signing off. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are we? So you have anything else to talk about?
I don't. I've been sick. I haven't been doing anything.
Here
Uh,
All right.
I'm kind of empty too. So everybody have a good week.
All right.
you
You too.
too.
See
See
you
you
guys.
Monday.
Bye.
Bye.